Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a wonderful Wednesday and a great week so far. Today, we're going to be diving into Cardano. And how does some free cryptocurrency sound? That is one of the topics that we're going to cover, how you guys can actually get your hands on some free crypto. In this video, we're going to be covering a number of things that are going on within the Cardano ecosystem, going over the parameter updates, how this should see a little bit more throughput for the likes of Sunday Swap so they can start clearing up some of that backlog and actually become a usable DEX, and also give you an update on how they're actually planning on releasing their Sunday tokens to their ISPO participants. So if that sounds good, we will be getting into a number of things as well. We'll be diving into the price. The whole market's really seeing a bit of an uptick. We're also going to be talking about the trade, the ADAX trade that we put on yesterday and how that's doing. That's around about 30+% up for me today. And the reason that I bring this up is to really reiterate the fact that even if markets are somewhat slumpy, as they have traditionally or certainly been over the past week, there's opportunities everywhere, and it's up to you guys to look for them and try and find them. They won't come to you. You've got to look for them. Crypto, given its nature, how new it is as a space, offers an awful lot of opportunities for people that are willing to take risks and prosper. So we'll talk about that a little bit. So let's get straight into the video. I don't want to make this too much of a long one as I've got quite a bit of traveling to do. Let's look at the overall market. We're seeing a bit of an uptick. We do longer market updates. Cardano is up 10% today. I mean, it's doing extremely well. And ultimately, I'm a hodler of ADA and an accumulator of it. This isn't anything to get too excited about because we've not actually broken any kind of a downtrend. We still are continuing to form lower lows and lower highs. And we need to start reversing that and putting in higher highs and higher lows and actually see a clear break to the upside. So we're still significantly down from the all-time high. I ultimately think we will see new all-time highs for Cardano. It's a matter of when, not if, in my opinion. We've just got to... we know that this sell-off that Cardano saw, it was doing amazingly over here, as it typically does right before the entire market dumps, was largely due to the downwind from the Federal Reserve and the kind of macroeconomic landscape, which saw Bitcoin sell off and drag the market with it. It's a matter of time before Cardano goes to new all-time highs. You've just got to be able to sit through the volatility that comes on the journey to that destination, and we've stressed this enough. So let's talk about the free cryptocurrencies you guys have the opportunity to get your hands on, and it comes from MinSwap, which is one of the DEXs launching on top of Cardano. Very interesting DEX. I've done quite a lot of looking into these guys. We've not done we've mentioned them in our kind of golden opportunity cryptocurrency investment videos where we look at the Cardano ecosystem, and as I think there's a lot of opportunities as in being an early investor within this new and exciting space. But we've not specifically looked at MinSwap, but they do have a good team. I have looked at them personally. I've not made a video of them on them, but perhaps I should. But right now they're offering people who test their testnet out and leave them feedback free cryptocurrency in the form of their Min-T. 5 million Minty to be rewarded. We're excited to announce the MinSwap testnet is now live. So we're starting to see things in the Cardano ecosystem, certainly on the Dapp side of things, really heat up. We had Sunday Swap, which was the first DEX. Muesli Swap was the first DEX. Sunday Swap was the kind of second most anticipated DEX, and there's been a lot of negative and some positive feedback, more negative than positive, I must admit. But we're now starting to see a kind of snowballing effect, and we're starting to see DeFi and the total value locked within the Cardano DeFi ecosystem really ramp up, which is all stuff I'm very excited about. So how do you claim this? Well, if you click, and what I'll do is I'll leave a link. Go and give these guys a follow on Twitter, guys. I will leave a link to this article in the description. How to get rewards in the testnet. Now, if you scroll down, it will essentially tell you how you partake and actually how you claim the rewards. You'll need to be a member of their Discord. You'll also need to be phone verified, and this is a procedure that they've taken to stop bots from essentially draining the rewards, if you will, and one individual accumulating all the rewards, as it's really only meant for one set of rewards for one person. This is a battle that we see constantly taking place with CNFT mints and so on and so forth. You will need to use the testnet, and you will need to provide feedback following a form. And this should be something that you actually take your time to do. So please do use the testnet. The testnet is up and running. I've already done this, guys. I can do a video. If people are really struggling, let me know in the comments and I'll do a video. Actually quite impressed with this DEX, the layout of it. It's very easy to use, and I'm very excited to start actually farming liquidity on a number of DEXs. We haven't done that yet, given how congested Sunday Swap currently is, but it is certainly something that I will be doing, and I will be talking you step by step through how you can farm liquidity within the kind of DEX ecosystem as somebody that farmed the likes of Uniswap and so on. So you'll need to essentially use the testnet. You'll need to fill out a form, and then you'll need to follow the third procedure, which essentially you'll need to post your Discord user ID in the Discord channel and claim testnet rewards and so on and so forth. So come to this article and give it a read, and it will talk you through it step by step. I can do a video if people are really struggling. Rewards will be calculated according to feedback given following these metrics. This is what I like. So you're doing two things here. You're getting rewarded for helping this DEX develop in the right direction. So you're helping the Cardano ecosystem out and you're getting free crypto. Something I would highly recommend everybody takes part in. And Minty, by the way, is traded on DEXs and does have a price. So I'm not sure exactly how much you're going to get. They are saying here that it will depend on the feedback that you give and the kind of detail within it. You know, if it's insightful, very insightful, incredibly insightful. So there's going to be 2 weeks to do this, so don't go and rush out and do it. Just something I thought I'd bring to your attention. I've already done this. I'm essentially getting my friends and family to do it as well, as you know, try and onboard as many of them as I possibly can into the crypto space. And it's a great way to say, look, guys, you can get some free crypto here if you partake in the feedback MinSwap are after. So you're helping them out and you're helping yourself out. It's a win-win in my opinion, and that's what crypto should be all about. And it is a pretty cool DEX. We'll show you how to use everything when it all comes out and goes to mainnet. Let's talk about input-output. There was a parameter change that should have allowed for more scalability on the layer 1 and more throughput. This should help Sunday swap out considerably that is congested and actually help them start to get through some of the backlog. To end things off tonight, the blockchain will experience a 12.5 memory bump. This will bump our throughput and help to start clearing the backlog that the protocol has been building up over the past few days. Sunday Swap, before they even launched, told you guys, told me, told everybody in a number of articles and a number of Twitter threads that there was going to be backlog and congestion. This would get sorted eventually as the sort of initial volume died down and also parameter changes were implemented to the layer 1 Cardano. And there's plenty more coming. Tomorrow we're going to have a Cardano 360 event when we're actually going to talk, or they're, I don't know why I say at, we are, the IOHK team are actually going to talk about how they're implementing parameter changes on a layer 1. And also talk about some layer 2, some sidechain solutions and so on and so forth, because we are now in the Basho era, the era for scaling, as we have essentially allowed the implementation of smart contracts, which was the prior era that we're in, the Goguen era that we're essentially coming out of. So this is interesting, all moving in the right direction. A quick note, please note, rewards will not be coming out this evening, but we are excited to announce that we are working with our good friends Contract Drips from Drip Drops to essentially help the process along. So are you going to have to claim free drip drops? I have a little tiny bit of an issue about that. Typically, I partook in a number of other ISPOs and they will just airdrop the tokens to you. You may have to claim via drip drops, and that will cost you Cardano because of the UTXO model, which is a brilliant model. There's many pros and cons to it. You may actually have to pay Cardano to claim. So if you're somebody that only has a very small amount staked, this may not be massively cost efficient, given the amount of Sunday that you get. I don't 100%. There will be a reason. Just like we didn't really understand why the swap fee for, I'll show you very quickly. The swap fee for Liquid, for example, was I'm going to have to connect my wallet, so I'm not going to do it on this video, but the swap fee was around about 5 ADA at one point, and 2.5 Cardano actually went to the Sunday swap pools. And I didn't understand why that was that high, but now I do, because ultimately they couldn't have it set really low because people just spam transactions and congest the network even more. But these issues are all getting fixed. So important upgrade that we've seen on the parameter level for the layer 1 blockchain, which of course is Cardano. And this should help speed things up. So not only in this video I've explained to you how you can get some free Crypto, also, we're looking like, the Dapp ecosystem is really starting to unfold and unwind and kind of snowball at this point. And that's what I'm expecting. We did say we'd get over $100 million in total value locked. We got very close to it. The entire market sold off, which of course means the value within DeFi goes down. But we will see this resume and continue to grow, in my opinion. It won't be long before we're at $1 billion plus in total value locked, and then we'll just keep going from there. We're still very early in Cardano's adoption. We're still very early in Cardano's development, let alone adoption. And this is the value proposition at hand. This was another article from Bloomberg. Cardano outperforms crypto rivals amid scaling and free momentum. We covered the article yesterday from Kraken. Kraken positions Cardano ahead of Ethereum in a recent report. Now, they spoke about a number of things. They spoke about how Cardano is significantly cheaper, the fact that it will be more scalable, and in actual fact, it's undervalued and has a higher growth potential given where it is in retrospect with Ethereum, which is having huge issues at the moment. I think they've just rebranded ETH2 to something else, protocol level or something. I've lost track. I don't know what that does for anybody. It's a shame for me because I was a big and still am in some ways secretly an Ethereum supporter. I just think that as a blockchain, it's unusable. And that's why I'm so zealous about things like Cardano. And there's a number of other amazing layer ones out there. Algorand is a brilliant layer one. Another one, just to shout one out. There's a lot of rising stars. You've got Cosmos. You've got a number of great layer ones out there. And Ethereum in its current state is just not going to be able to compete. And that's why we are very Cardano eccentric on this channel. So another, little interesting article that I thought I'd share with you. Let's talk about the trade that we put on yesterday. Now, we got into ADAX at 68 cents. I made a longer video explaining why I took this trade. Because ultimately I think that ADAX may not really experience any congestion. They may completely sidestep the concurrency model due to how they're splitting up their UTXO transactions. I don't want to get too into what they're doing on a kind of protocol level, but they may be a real usable DEX. Lots of people saying, okay, well, it's not as centralized as what you typically hope for. But what you've got to remember is they're just starting out. There's parameter changes in the same way that Cardano is implementing parameter changes to move towards certain things. ADAX will eventually do that. And I think given how we've seen other DEXs and other tokens that have actually launched and had their Dapp with it do in terms of price, this was not a safe trade, but a good trade for me to make. And it's done very well. This was the trading side of things was just over $10,000 that I put on, or £10,000. I don't know what that is in dollars. It's done very well since then. I still think there's a lot more to come. And the reason that I'm showing you this is because there's opportunities everywhere, guys. Within the crypto space, if we bought down here essentially, and I can show everyone those orders. We even told you when we were putting it on, or we gave you a warning before we even put it on, and then we put it on. We had to put a few orders in just because the liquidity wasn't there on X markets. But ultimately, I'm expecting a lot more out of this trade as it goes into mainnet launch. So there's opportunities everywhere. You guys have just got to find them. CNFT space, for example, there's plenty in there. We are going to do some more CNFT videos. Apologies for not doing them in a while. I've just been extremely busy. As you can see, I'm not currently where I usually film videos, but I will be traveling back tonight, which is why this video is being filmed a little bit earlier. We'll see how the markets play out. Certainly a step in the right direction. In my humble opinion, it's nothing to write home about just yet. And we are looking, certainly if we look on the bigger time frames, we are very overextended from our 20 EMA, which typically is greeted with a visit to it at some point. Whether that means the EMA comes down and you go slightly up to it, or whether you go right up to it, we'll see. Certainly on the daily, check out the weekly. We've not really looked at some bigger time frames for a while. You can see very overextended. Huge wicks coming in here, by the way. And a number of people actually looking at the monthly, which has actually held you as support quite nicely, and could be the signs of a reversal. We did a lot of covering in our earlier video in regards to the crypto market in general and the direction we think it's now embarking on. So that's well worth a watch. Unfortunately, the video is about 22 minutes long, as I tend to waffle on, but there's so much information out there that it's very hard for me to cram it into a 10, 15 minute video, certainly as I've got a lot of excitement backing what I'm talking about. So that's really all I have for you in this one, guys. I didn't want this one to be too lengthy. Some really interesting things taking place. Go over to MinSwap. We'll leave this article on how you can take part in the description. Because it is well worth taking part. I mean, why would you not? You're getting free crypto and you're also helping the MinSwap community grow, and of course the DEX develop to be more user friendly. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. It's up to you guys whether you want to leave one. Also, we have a link to the Discord in the description. My Discord, the All In Crypto Discord. We are doing more, or will be doing another community call where we'll get on voice chat and speak with everyone on a number of issues, answer some questions and so on and so forth. And also, it's good to be in a like-minded community. So if you want to join, there's a link in the description. Also, we do have the All In Crypto stake pool for anybody looking to stake their Cardano that isn't involved already in an ISPO. You're welcome to come to the All In family. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll catch you all in the next YouTube video. See you in the next one.